Gaza health authorities say 154 people, including 89 children, have died from hunger-related causes, most of them in the last few weeks. But to understand today, let's go back to March of this year. Israel blocked the entry of all humanitarian aid into Gaza after a shaky ceasefire expired and an extension was being negotiated. That was a move intended to pressure Hamas into releasing more hostages. By the end of March, there were warnings from the World Food Programme that hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were at risk of severe hunger and malnutrition. But the blockade continued until May. That same month, Israel announced a new controversial aid distribution organization backed by the US and Israel, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. The GHF replaced the UN-led system for distributing aid in Gaza. Israel said the new system would keep Hamas fighters from diverting aid, an often repeated, unproven claim. The 4 GHF aid distribution sites, down from the previous system's 400, are located in Israeli militarized zones, and security is provided by private US contractors. However, the GHF has been widely criticized for failing to effectively deliver aid to Palestinians. Many aid groups, including the UN, refuse to cooperate with the GHF because they say it contradicts humanitarian principles. The UN Human Rights Office says more than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces while trying to get food, mostly near sites run by the GHF. This is refuted by Israel. Last week, more than 100 humanitarian organizations pressed for governments to take action. They urged them to demand a ceasefire, saying mass starvation is spreading across Gaza. The UN and other aid providers have said they are continuing to try to distribute aid in Gaza, but they said they are reliant on Israeli authorities to allow them to deliver more aid. On Sunday, Israel began what they say will be a daily pause in fighting to allow a minimal amount of aid into Gaza. But aid workers say it's not enough.
We are not yet getting the volumes of food and other relief supplies that we need inside Gaza.
So what does Israel say about the scenes of starvation?
There is no policy of starvation in Gaza, and there is no starvation in Gaza.
An Israeli army spokesperson told NPR most of the images of starvation in Gaza are fake and distributed by Hamas. Meanwhile, Donald Trump said,
"That's real starvation stuff. I see it. And you can't fake that."
He also mentioned the US will work with Israel to run new food distribution centers in Gaza, but provided few details. The UK government has now announced that it will recognize a Palestinian state in September unless Israel takes
substantive steps to end the appalling situation in Gaza.
A move Israel says would amount to a